to the MEC, DDG, HOD, Director, Principal, and other guests. I'm Quenisabel Irish and a grade 11 learner from RAYMOND MHLABA, Maths, Science, and ICT, School of Specialisation with a focus in mining. Today, I'll be shedding a light on a topic that showcases the incredible wealth and diversity that lies beneath the surface of South Africa and the minerals mined in our nation. From the glittering gold to the valuable platinum, our land has been blessed with an abundance of resources that has been contributing towards our global trade for centuries. Let me start off by defining the term mineral so that everyone here can get a clear understanding of what I'll be talking about. So a mineral is a naturally occurring inorganic material that has a definite chemical composition and characteristic. And there are currently 22 minerals that are mined in South Africa, one in Upington, one in Kimberley, one in Gaborone, and etc. And the South African soil contributed towards the minerals that we have in South Africa, such as gold, which is 20%, copper, which is 9%, cobalt, which is 60%, and so forth. As I'm speaking of minerals, we also have one of our rarest gems mined in Africa, which is tanzanite. So tanzanite is said to be a good stone to wear or to have near in situations where you need a soothing or a calming present. So tanzanite belongs to the apolite group, and it is only found in the Simonjaro district of Manyara region in Tanzania. We also have our magnificent Cullinan diamond. So everyone here might be asking themselves that, what is a Cullinan diamond? So a Cullinan diamond is one of the world's largest gem diamond, which weighed about 3,106 carats in rough form when it was found in the 1905 in the modern-day Transvaal, South Africa. And this diamond was also set in the crown of the Queen of England. Moving on to the current state of mining in South Africa. As we can see in the screens here, the stats showing the current state of mining in South Africa, we can see that the mining production plunged by 3.6% from the previous year in July, after a revised 1.3% increase in the prior month, defying mining expectations by a 0.5% increase. When looking at mining, there are also various challenges that the South African exploration and mining industries face, which is generally summarized by 8 key points. Number 1, health and safety issues, illegal mining, environmental compliance, and other key factors. So I'll be moving. So now that I've spoken about the advantages and the disadvantages of mining, there's still a big question that still stands. Is South Africa good for mining? Well, historically, the mining sector contributed towards South Africa's economic growth and employment, which is supported by a rich natural endowment of resources, including platinum, manganese, coal, iron ore, and other mineral resources. Today, I'll be talking about the significances that the minerals mined in South Africa have, and I'll be focusing on 5 types of minerals, which is platinum, manganese, iron ore, coal, and gold. Starting off with platinum, it is mined in Limpopo in Mogalakwena, in Two Rivers mine, which is in Mpumalanga, and in Modikwa mine, which is also in Mpumalanga. So the significance of platinum is that, number 1, it is an earner of foreign exchange, and they use it in the treatment of cancer, and they use platinum-based drugs such as cisplatin and carbon-platin. And these drugs form highly platinum complexes that bind and cross-link the DNA, which is a double-stranded molecule found inside the nucleus of the cell that controls the cellular activity. Moving on to manganese. Manganese is mined in the Northern Cape in the Kalahari Basin. So manganese is used in alloys such as steel, and steel contains about 1% of manganese, which increases its strength and reduces its workability to wear. It is also considered as a metal in high demand, which is increasingly used in EV battery chemistries, and they also use it to improve the quality and strength of the steel, which is used in major infrastructure such as hospitals, office towers, and bridges. Then we have iron ore. So iron ore is mined in the Northern Cape, but in the Chiloane mine. So iron ore is a source of primary iron for the world's iron ore and industries. It is also used as an animal's feed and the fertilizer. They also use it in the creation of machine parts for the aerospace and other industries. Moving on to coal. So coal is mined in Manungu mine, which is in Mpumalanga, and in Mabungwani mine, which is also in Mpumalanga. Coal is also an foreign exchange, and it produces about 30% of South Africa's fuel, such as petrol. They also use it in the production of silicon metal, which is used to produce silicones and silanes, which are in turn used to produce lubricants, water repellents, toothpaste, and hair products. Last but not least, as they say, save the best for last, we have gold. So gold is mined in the Witwatersrand Basin and in the Harmony Gold Mine, which is about 4.3 kilometers from our school. So gold is also known in the chemistry circles as a noble metal. A noble metal resists corrosion and oxidation. In history, gold was used as currency, but its prominence rose based on its superior resistance to degradation. Gold also has positive impacts both socially and economically. Socially, it can help in the creation of jobs, and it can help boost the country's economy by providing a low remote areas. Environmentally, it can help in the development of infrastructure, leading to the development of roads, streets, schools, and other facilities. So as we continue to harness these resources for the betterment of our nation, let us also remain committed to responsible and sustainable mining practices. Thank you.
This was a wonderful presentation by Queen Iris. May we please give her a last round of applause. Let's proceed along with the next item on our program. In a recent discussion we had as learners, I realized that actually we have questions about the recent innovations in mines and the opportunities this could potentially bring about for the learners of RAYMOND MHLABA, and that we're becoming a school of specialization. Fortunately, I have found a group of researchers who are going to shed some light on this. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome our panel discussion group who are going to present on innovative ways to improve mining.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am a grade 11 learner from RAYMOND MHLABA Math, Science and ICT School of Specialization with a focus on mining. My name is Chiloane and I am not running solo. I'm with Dimpo, Pindile and Bonginkosi as we are the grade 11 science learners of RAYMOND MHLABA Math, Science and ICT School of Specialization with a focus on mining. Today, I'll be facilitating a panel discussion based on innovative ways to improve mining and the impact it will have on both the school and the community. Well, so that everyone here can have a clear understanding on what will be discussed here today, let me start off by defining the term mining. When we are talking about mining, we are referring to extractions of valuable geological materials that have been extracted from the earth and other astronomical objects. I want you guys to sit back and enjoy, as this will leave us with no questions but well informed. Let me hear from my teammates what do they know about mining. Starting off with you, Dimpo.
Well, there is underground mining. It is exactly how it sounds like. It deals with mining on the underground. Well, there is underground mining. It is exactly how it sounds like. It deals with mining on the underground, where we get our copper, iron, and coal.
Okay, Pindile, what do you know about mining?
Oh, I know surface mining, which is also exactly how it sounds like. It deals with mining on top of the earth's surface.
Okay. Although those are the two main types of mining, can you please get the examples from you, Bonginkosi?
Oh, in underground mining, I know room mining and pillar mining. Then in surface mining, I know high wall mining, open pit mining, strip mining, mountain top mining, and dredging mining.
Thank you for those ones. As we all know that most mines are not located in the cities, but they are located on the in the rural areas. Pindile, what innovations do you think we can come up with to actually solve this problem that we are facing at the moment?
Spatial data.
Okay.
With many mines operating in remote and hostile environments, 3D mapping and modeling will enable mining companies to improve mineral recovery. Spatial and geospatial data are being used in the industry to develop a user-created 3D image of the mining environment and topography. These digital environments are used to analyze and evaluate plans such as drill planning, while reducing cost and environmental impact.
So, if I hear you clearly, what you're actually saying is that it is a geographic data and information all at once. It is more like a feature that can tell you the exact same location of something.
Exactly. And examples of spatial data on a map are houses, roads, rivers, dams, etc.
Thank you for that innovation. It's a very interesting one. Now, let's hear from Dimpo. What innovation do you have?
What about drones? So drones, they are used in the mining industry to conduct aerial surveys of mining sites and relate geophysical imagery and data to surveyors and mining operators. The use of drones, this data is often used in map mining environments, which is often time-consuming and cost-intensive. The use of drones is supposed to improve decision-making and risk management while reducing surveys, exploration time, and associated costs.
Now, that one is very interesting because drones, I always thought that drones are a remote control driven or flying thing that could never ever be an important asset to mines. Well, thank you for that one. It was very interesting. Now, as we all know that we are living in the 21st century that has become the fourth industrial revolution, and we have been introduced to the AI, which is the artificial intelligence. It is a fast-growing technology that uses smart data and machine learning to improve work, data efficiency, mine safety, and work overflow. Bonginkosi, what do you think of the AI?
Isn't it similar to simulation modeling?
Can you please explain further?
So simulation modeling is poised to play an important role on training and operational performance optimization. Simulation modeling will play an important role on mining companies by training their miners and operators sufficiently, thus improving recruitment processes and optimization. Budgeting technology is set to play an important role on site, reducing accidents while enabling mining companies to have changes in their operations and enabling external factors such as weather and community prices.
Now, if I'm hearing you clearly, you're actually saying it is a process of creating and analyzing a digital prototype. Sometimes they should just use easy English, man. You got me lost there. Well, thank you for that one. Before we hopped on stage, before we had audience, we were still discussing. And Dimpo, you said something, you mentioned something about digital twinning. How about we just discuss it now with the audience?
Digital twinning is a technology that digitizes the environment and develops a simulated model of a physical space, processes, or asset. Digital twinning technologies use artificial intelligence, machine learning, and software analytics to render interactive models, thus allowing mining operators to operate and optimize the operation of a mine.
Okay, I'm still lost. Anyone who wants to actually elaborate further?
Visual simulations help to improve adaptability, productivity, and efficiency. Also, digital twinning will enable miners to plan schedules and operations while streaming maintenance and work more efficiently.
Thank you for that. Now, that's easy English, guys. Thank you for that. Now this shows that we, some of us here, most of us actually, know very little about mining sector. And it is very important to share knowledge, and it's even wiser so that when you have knowledge, you can go on and share it with others. Well, this has been a very productive discussion. I hope someone in the audience there has taken one or two innovative ways that we have been discussing about here. It is always an honor and a privilege to be standing in front of such high authority. We are hoping to the near future. We thank you.
wasn't that so insightful. Maybe please give them another round of applause, please. This has definitely opened my eyes to the real opportunities that are available for us, especially as learners after we have completed school. Especially the technological advancements, they are particularly exciting. After they've delivered their content discussion, there's a sudden light that has been blasting my eyes for a long time. I don't know whether it's my eyesight problems or the future is exceptionally bright. It's not a secret that we have had a wave of media coverage about the prevalence of zamazamais and their illegal mining activities. It's not a surprise that our communities are in a state of uproar, not only of the economic implications, but also of the negative influences these have on our youth. Ladies and gentlemen, the next item is going to educate us about why illegal mining is never an option. Please help me welcome the Zamazama miners, which prevails that they are workers at risk. Thank you.
Sizoliguba igolide 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 Hi, pegani ngona ba. Why are you still here? I thought you missed the bus.
No, you did not. You made it. I am still waiting.
Why are you eating this one loaf of Baba Gasebenzi? Come on, it's payday. Do loosen up. Don't they guys pay? Don't they pay you?
They do, but it is not enough. You know things are getting expensive. And just last week, we got our salaries cut because the mine owner wants a better profit.
Wakubona mntana wabhuti bami sibuya edorobheni wakuthenga amaqanda siholile phela thina wakubona asinamali.
It is tough working in a mine these days.
Uyikho thina sikuthathele isinqumo sokuthi sakusebenza emigodini sizenzele imali sihole ngelanga.
Where are you working? Is the money good?
Sebenza bomari ayi-70.
So close. How much are you making?
We roughly make 20k chance.
Yo, that is a lot. But I lost a friend 8 years ago who got trapped in one of those old mine shafts. It has scared me ever since.
Do you think your job is less dangerous than ours? Don't be stupid.
True, but we have safety protocols. We have medical aid. And if anything happens to us underground, we will be paid out and our families will get something monthly.
What a joke. You're sitting here and you cannot support your family. Do you think those mine bosses of yours will support your family while you're gone?
It is difficult. But what do we have to do? We just need to have hope. Would you guys borrow me some 100 rand just so I can buy something to go eat with this dry bread and maybe some sweets for my kids?
Wena futhi ufuna imali hayi athi ngikuzame ngoba ngiyabona ayinayiningi le mali ngibambele ufuna malini
100 rand.
yabona ama 200 Aninaklipha la Okay, Mom. As long as you'll pay me double and at the end of the week.
Thank you so much. I will pay your money by next week Friday and we will discuss again. I really have a lot to think about. I might just make a move.
Gents, here's the boss.
Hey, it's been a hectic day. Ooh, look again, my units have ran out. I guess I cannot buy any because I do not have money. I might just eat this bread just as dry as it is. Do you think it's fair? I cannot even have a cup of tea after a long shift. That guy could buy all different types of groceries. His family is smiling right now. But look at me. 20,000. What would I do to go home with that? But being a Zamazama is so unsafe. But what life am I giving them now anyway? Do you think it's right? Being a Zamazama is not respectable. I have seen those guys. They drink before they go underground. How would I trust being in such an environment with such people? See, since I am sitting here in the dark, I might as well just go to sleep.
Awuthi ngizame lo mlungu ngimuzwe ukuthi uthi. Hello.
You have insufficient airtime to make a call. Please load airtime.
Ay, ngiyaphetha.
Where have you been? I haven't seen you for weeks.
wazi ukuthi sina kusebenza siphinde singakusebenzi since ngikubonile asikangena imigodini siyofuna golide.
So are you telling me that you are broke? I remember you two laughing at me. But maybe the one advantage you didn't look at is that my salary is constant, unlike yours, which I am sure you wasted.
Ngiyavuma khona washibona imali bengizitshela ukuthi izohlezi ira esandleni sami wakubona nesicathulo sidabukile.
So now I'm in a new mine, which is called Harmony Gold. Today we just had a full orientation on all our employees' benefits. These are my new colleagues. Look how clean they are.
Tell me you are right about the importance of having a consistent salary, and we have access to a living wage. You see, guys, so that allows us to have a ability in our lives. You see.
Come on, guys. Just a living wage. We want more money to get new clothes, name brands, and to go on vacations,
You are right, but a living wage is also a good start. Today we are also informed about the skills development program, which allows us to further our studies, and it will make getting those high-paying jobs easier.
Sisi, oza ngikutshele noma ngathola ama-grade noma ama-degree sonke sophelela kuphi like us.
Listen. Actually, I have started the process of getting a bond. It's not a lot, but quite an improvement. The mine offers housing allowance for homeowners. While I'm waiting here, I'll be getting a living out allowance.
Wona wakubheda wena ucabanga ukuthi la mani yakho izuru namhlaba sonke sisebenza emigodini songena sonke emigodini sakufela phakathi emigodini.
True, but we have been informed of our rights to refuse to work if we consider the workplace unsafe.
Tammy told us that you wanted him to join your illegal Zamazamas. But I hope after today, he has been convinced to be on the right side.
Aye, Pamakavel, all down to the drain. I hope now you see that staying as a Zamazama is not sustainable. Bugamanch, you can't even feed your own families.
You see now, tables turn, and wheels do what?
Rotate.
Christmas is not?
Every day.
Exactly.
Sokuvela emigodini siyakwenza mali futhi uzasibona wena.
No. You guys have gave me something to think about. Yes, because being a Zamazama is unsafe, Those benefits you guys have just told me have made me to find another job at a sustainable mine. Breaking the law will catch up with me sooner or later. Either way, hashtag say no to Zamazamas.
Thank you so much for listening to us and cooperating with us. It really means a lot. Look at the screens now. It's Raymond MHLABA's success.
Surely right now we have a clear understanding of what is
Ladies
happening
and
underground.
gentlemen,
May we
my
please
name is Sibusiso Cebekulu, one of Raymond MHLABA alumni. We would like to thank our principal, Ms. Mokiti, for nurturing and developing young minds. With her dedication of evolving a black child's life, as the alumni, we are the living proof. We, as the Raymond MHLABA alumni, matriculated in different years. I matriculated in 2016 and teaching mathematical literacy in grade 12. We also have the following alumni: Ms. Kunene R, who matriculated in 2015, teaching life sciences in grade 12. The Ngoza twins, VF and VH, who matriculated in 2016. VF teaching accounting grade 12, VH teaching mathematics grade 12. Mr. Ramaine G, who also matriculated in 2016, teaching mathematics grade 12. Nkawule Z, matriculated in 2014, teaching life sciences in grade 12. Our newly appointed Ms. Sekheto T, teaching mathematical literacy. Lastly, our source champ, Mr. Makongo, who also matriculated in 2016. As our school motto states, conquer the world through education. The pit bull herself, Ms. Mukiti, and her prestigious leadership skills has instilled a solid foundation, allowing us to conquer in the education sector. Therefore, we, the alumni, are pledging to continue to maintain the standard of excellence she has instilled. I thank you.
Alala Raymond MHLABA alala. Alala Raymond MHLABA alala. Alala Med Science and ICT alala. Alala Mining alala. Alala MEC alala. We can see that here at Raymond we are learner focused. Just want to narrate a short story that paints on the ideology of us becoming a school of specialization. I had a friend named James. He always bragged about how smart his grandfather was, but I always find it hard to believe that his intellectuality was on another level. One day he shocked me by differentiating cubic functions and derived rates of change in quantities. My heart nearly stopped. I always had a motive to prove that actually his grandfather is not smart at all. I came up with an objective to go to a forest and find a living butterfly. When I came back with that living butterfly, I went to James's house and found his grandfather there pretending to be acting smart. But on that day, I was very confident to see that he will not outsmart me at all. I asked him a question to say that, "Grandfather, is the butterfly I am holding on my hand dead or alive?" The main trick behind that question was, if he said that the butterfly was alive, I was going to crush it on my palm. Eventually it's dead. at the end of the day is incorrect, is not smart at all. Even if he said that actually the butterfly is dead, I was going to let it freely fly away. At the end of the day, it's still incorrect, it's not smart at all. So at that day, he did not have any chance at all. He approached me and said that, my son, what are you actually asking me? I asked him that, you said you are smart, right? He said, yes, and I'm very clear. I said, okay, this thing, grandfather, I'm asking you is not difficult. Is the butterfly I am holding dead or alive? At that instantaneous moment, I was very happy to conclude on the ending that he's not smart at all. But the most touching words on his response was, he said that, my son, the life of the butterfly is in your own hands. As we become a school of specialization, it does not end here. It is in our hands to always wake up with a motive to go and deliver 100% pure excellence. I would like to thank the Department of Education for giving us this wonderful opportunity to specialize in what we love doing best, which is solving problems through math, science, and ICT. I would like to call upon on the stage my acting HOD, Mr. Rufus Mutlana, to take you along through the procedure of the program of today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tlamulo, for that story of encouragement. The life of Jabulani is in my hands. This Jabulani boy, being bullied at school, not eating well, his food provisioning from home was taken by this bully, eaten by the bully. The pens I used to provide him to write with, they were taken by the bully. He was underperforming, and his mother told me that ufuze baba wakhe. And he started stressing me that no, I was not a dull boy when I was a boy. Therefore, Jabulani is not a dull boy. And he started suffering. And then I engaged the school. As you know, the Department of Education in Gauteng has got a policy on learner ill discipline. I reported the case of the school, and the school took necessary steps to ensure that that particular bully is not only disciplined, but was expelled from that particular school. And the story of bullying in that particular school came to an end through Jabulani. But Jabulani did not only end there. Jabulani, immediately after that bully was expelled from school, became himself back again. He started performing, getting 90s like Tlamula in that particular school. In math and science, he excelled. But he started observing other learners. Because he experienced bullying, he also started observing other psychological impact on other learners. And he noted that one of the learners was also struggling. We don't know whether it was struggling from stress at home or at school, but he reported this particular learner to the school, and the psychologists from the department gave him psychological support, and they found that this particular girl learner was suicidal. And they taught her and counseled her that suicide is not a solution if you've got problems at school. Suicide is not a solution, and bullying needs to be reported at school. And as I was investigating this matter of Jabulani until it get resolved, I met a quote by Julia Gillard, who defined bullying as such. Bullying is not just about a physical violence, it is also about psychological violence. The kind of violence that leaves scars on the soul and the mind. Therefore, as society, we are reminded that bullying in our schools must be stopped. Psychosocial impact within our learners needs to be picked up early so that it can be addressed. And now Jabulani is a liberated learner. He went back to his physical strength and his academic performance. And next year, I'll ensure that his grade 11, he does it at RAYMOND MHLABA School of Specialisation so that he can be a shining star like all these alumni who were with us today. Thank you very much. But the story of Jabulani does not end here. We put a semicolon on it. It will continue. Thank you very much. I want now to call upon Samulo Chauke as his last presentation here to introduce our MEC, Matome Chiloane. Over to you, my son.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me, a man of paramount importance. He is a very respected man and a very massive man, not physically, but in terms of the accomplishments he has achieved. Imagine a whole man that has a master's degree. He is not the only MEC of Education and Youth Development, but he is a man that I look up to because I love the way how he articulates his ideas and bring them to action. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the MEC of Education and Youth Development, Honorable Mr. Matome Chiloane.
Chiloane au shila mushiri. Ke Chiloane au shila mushiri shila di tlhogo tsa batho. Re bua sankwaneng ya kgomo le motho. Ba re kgomo le motho o phala motho ba sa jeng kgomo re malela teng. Rena re bina sebata sa boya butelele. Ke sebata sa mare re simitsa di khobe di ditala. Re di kgaisha balata. Kgomo ya lata beng re mu. Mapono marapu ke busugusugu. Ke bana o hlola madumela o rata ke bana ba taolenkwe. Ke mmina hlopo wa o seno metsi madibene a bangwana kubule kwena. Ga ile ba khatla ke rweli. Jwale ka pa o ena ga ne a senempa batho. A re Chiloane mo le kabe se wena le fase kabe le gobeti ya ka ngwana le sea se hloka bareti. Tawe ke tawa moditsi.
DDG or HOD rather. This is the best one I've had so far. And she got it spot on. Thank you very much. Colleagues, Program Director, the HOD, acting is still in Hollywood. And the fellow program director, he's not acting. Tlamulo Chauk. Tlamulo Chauk. One day they'll be calling you Tatano. One day, as you grow older. The DDG present, Advocate Benston, SMT members present here, all the chief directors, all the district directors who are present. I might not have seen all of you. Principals of other schools nearby, principals of other schools of specializations. I know you support each other. Are they here? Can we see them, please? I'm sure they want to see the principal of SOSs. Who's here? Okay, yes, I can see. Welcome. Yes. The portfolio chair, Honorable Munyai, in absentia, he did submit an apology that he has some problems that he's dealing with. The CEO of Matthew Goniwe and the CEO of Saibono, the leadership of the ANC present here, the councillor, McDonald. What McDonald doesn't say is that who can say again? You must know that thing. Who can say again? And when you say the area is peaceful, I doubt, because when I came here as a firefighter. They had to pull us from a higher structure to come and resolve the problems in this area. Mhlekazi, kukubi. I arrived here and I found, but these people are fighting. Why they're fighting so much? But we managed to get it right. Today they have a councillor. And used to be very, I don't want to say, let me just say energetic. Because he used to lead marches of communities, it was just all over. And we realized that, no, this is talent. Maybe let's bring him closer to the fold. And give him an official position and lead the community. So I don't know, district director, is he still striking? He's not striking anymore. He's a councillor, no. Who's born, I know. Councillor. Our partners, the same foundation, thank you very much. You've done a lot. You've done a lot. The principal was telling me what you have done. It's a lot. She says you donated 10 classrooms, smart classrooms. And it doesn't end there. You're going to clap a lot. And a lab as well. Let's clap. And what else? I think, and computer lab. And what else? And 2 science labs. Thank you very much. This is the partnership that we want. And the monocle solutions. This is what I have, and Harmony Gold Mine as well. You know, education is big. You know, it's a societal matter. I like to liken it to an elephant. That once you kill an elephant, you can't eat it alone. It will go rotten. You need everybody to come and assist you to eat this thing. That's the only way. So education is like that. It requires all hands on deck for us to get it right. So private partnerships are quite important and are truly appreciated at all times. In fact, we are looking to have a session with all our partners who have contributed to all the SOSs and also the department in general, you know, to have a session to appreciate and value your contribution, and also to urge you to do more, because we want your money, see. So we'll give you something, then you'll give us more than what we've given you, tenfold. So we are going to do that before the end of the year, so that we can have a session with our partners who have contributed across our source schools and our schools generally, to come forward and see that we appreciate them. The GDE staff present here, the principal of the school. I saw that you've done something that it's the first time I've seen it so far. I know that perhaps it happens in other schools, where you have so many former learners who have come back to become teachers. You know, and this being the month where we celebrate teachers, it really demonstrates that you've imparted very good values and you've shown them true role model. That's why they thought that I want to be a teacher because I want to be like my principal. That's exactly what they've said, these learners, or now educators. And they've kept the values in the school. They left as top performing learners. They've come back to come and teach in the school and produce top performing learners, district director. You know, it answers the question that I always ask, that we want our learners to get high marks in maths. But the teacher himself or herself got 50%. So how will that person produce a 90% when they can't get it themselves? You see, so now, those 90% educators, learners, have come back to give these learners 90%, to show them how it's done. So the solution is simple. For maths, we need top learners who got high maths. Now the problem is that when learners get high results in mathematics, they go to other careers. They don't come back to teaching. And that really is why this month is so important. That when we celebrate teachers, this is where the seed is. Every career begins here in schools. Educators are the seed. They produce everyone. So it's important that we really take educators actually back, give them the proper stature and respect that they deserve. Because they are the ones, Banabaka, who stand in between yourselves and your future. If you listen to them and you do as they say, you do your homework, you do well in class, you do extra lessons, you will get to where you want to go because they know better. Communities for a long time, they used to rely on teachers. When there was a problem in the community, councillor, if you want to resolve a problem, how you palla, itla mo sekolong ke ma teacher, atla o thusa yona. They will help you because educators always had that particular stature in our communities because they were seen as people with respect, people who have knowledge, people who understand, and people community relied on and integrity. I know that sometimes we have some bad apples there and there, but 99% of our educators are actually what we need. So that's appreciated. Learners, parents, teachers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. The young man, I felt that I'm a role model. When you said Absheni, Dumelang, I realize I know. So I'm getting young people who believe in how I do things. But good morning to everyone. Today is a good day, a momentous day, a blessed day. As you can see, it's the rain. I'm going to pull like my clouds. And the fortunate part is that nageli pula nakitlali pula. So gitlili pula. Yes, ermapulana. So it's a blessed day for this community. I know what this launches that we do, HOD does to the communities. It brings hope to those communities that we go to when you launch. Because I always get calls across the province. When are you coming to my ward to launch a school of specialization? When are we getting a school of specialization, DDG? I know you generally don't agree with me that I believe that all schools should specialize in something. And you say these are high-performing schools. Yes, I agree. Every school must be a high-performing school. But money doesn't allow currently. So we only pick principal, top-performing school. And your school has demonstrated, I saw the video now, that you're on 100, 90, 95, 99, 98, 100. This is why we chose RAYMOND MHLABA, because it's a top-performing school. If it was not performing, we will not be here. So all the School of Specialization that we are currently launching are schools that are performing very well. And they're actually winning awards. They're winning awards. The first one that will launch, Curtis Nkondo, took many awards in the the last provincial teacher awards, and they even received an award, I think, in the National Teacher Award. Yes, yes, one of the teachers from Curtis Nkondo took an award, position 2, nationally. So you can see that these are high performing and high caliber schools. This is our 29th school. So en route to having 36. Initially, we were supposed to be 35 schools in Gauteng. We are going to have 36. Because one of the partners, BMW, came and said, I want a school for ourselves so that we can focus, invest, build. Now they've currently been invested about 40 million rand in improving its infrastructure in the school currently. So, and this is the motivation that we want, that other partners, Harmony, don't bring 100,000 to the school. We are a big company. Where's Harmony reps? We want millions here in the school. So they must understand, we want millions to spend into the school to improve infrastructure and to ensure that we even create that broad opportunities. Now recently, during this recent holiday, the recess, it's not even a holiday, it's a recess, some of our source schools, their key partners took learners for experiential working experience. Tembisa, Source, the partner is Piermont. It took the learners, they were working there at Emperor's Palace, getting experience in the hotel because it focused on hospitality, getting hospitality experience. Katlung Source as well, I know, yeah, Hyundai. Oh yes, Hyundai. They say it's Hyundai or Hyundai. It's Hyundai. Hyundai took learners there because as a key partner, it took learners from that Katlong source and they were working at their different service stations so that they can get mechanical experience and other related experience. So these partnerships are quite important. So I'm going back to Harmony. I'm not saying take my kids underground. We're not teaching these kids to go and dig gold there. No, but give them experience in the overall running of the mine, the leadership of the mine, the different areas of the mine. Even your subcontractors, link them there so that they can get vast experience that I can actually do this to provide a certain service to the mine. Don't take them to dig and exploit my children because we want cheap labor. So this being our 29th, it shows how far we have come with this school since we have started. DDG Ellison, I really need to applaud you for the hard work that you have done. You have taken our province with this ROS program to a higher level nationally. When we compete, South Africa is number 1 on the continent. So I'm not going to speak about other 52 nations because there are 53 countries. We are competing amongst ourselves as a country. And with the School of Specialization, we have done as a province, presented our model and HEDCOM. We've presented our model at CAMP, Council of Education Ministers. She came, she presented. The minister wants it, other provinces want it. They want to copy us. They want to see how it's done. So we need to show them, beyond just launching and launching, we need to maintain the standard of these schools of specialization consistently. That we don't just go to any school. We don't just produce any learner. This school shouldn't produce just a learner. It produces a different type of learner. HOD, crème de la crème, crème de la crème. It must produce crème de la crème of learners. These are the end products of schools of specialization. These are learners that must get out of here and be hungry and determined to take over and improve the lives of our people and improve their own lives. You know, we don't want you to live here and go to a CV and say, I'm from RAYMOND MHLABA, School of Specialisation, therefore I've got this minimal experience, hire me. We want you to live here, learners, to say, where can I get a space and get an opportunity and start a business and do something more constructive, instead of living here and go seek jobs. Principal, I don't want job seekers anymore. We've got enough job seekers. We've got a high unemployment. So all those people out there, they want jobs. Here, we want people who are going to resolve their problem, create jobs there for them to come and work. I agree they are not creating jobs. So we want these learners to become that solution. That's why I always say to them, to say that majority source schools, obviously they differ, but those that are more technical, like this one of mining, we would want the learners to go the technical route as opposed to going the pure academic route. Technical route, they need to look at TVET colleges. I know there's a belief that TVET colleges, when you go to a TVET, you are not educated as somebody who comes from a university. But it's not true. Nations are built by those with technical skills. A nation like Germany, BMW does not want a degree of HR because it has an HR manager already. It wants somebody with technical skills to come and build that BMW, to somebody to come and build components, manufacture components for BMW. That's what it wants. And this is what we want in our country. We need to move to become what we should be, a manufacturing hub of the continent. That's what we should be, a global leader, now in this case, in mining. One of the learners was speaking about the different minerals. Quite impressive. She didn't read whatsoever, and she spoke eloquently. And that's lovely. That's good. And really, the learner got me thinking, Jody, about one of the, during the meltdown, the Asian meltdown, Professor Ntsubi, the meltdown, 1997, you remember the Asian meltdown. And South Korea was one of those countries affected. And how they turned around the economy, was through gold. Gold. What they did, everything had collapsed. Like now, we're struggling in between. The country collapsed, people lost jobs, millions of people lost jobs. It was just a chaos. So the country had to go and borrow money from the IMF. The IMF gave South Korea its biggest loan to any country. At that time, it gave it 58 billion US dollars. At that time. Because the IMF is very silly. It wanted to capture them. So this country's got potential. I want to capture it. Let's give them the biggest loan that we've ever given to any country. And remember, when the IMF gives you loan, it is something that's called structural adjustment. Structural adjustment says, we tell you where you are going to invest this money. To put it in simple terms, if you've played rugby, it's called scope and jar. Scope and jar, they give you money, but they're going to tell you where you're going to spend this money. And they're also going to force you to adjust certain policy imperatives that you have as a country. On labor, restrictions on labor laws, restrictions on on localization, restrictions. So they want you to cut your country into pieces so that they can get what they want and go. Nowhere in the world the IMF loan has ever assisted any country. So they wanted to capture South Korea, because at that time, remember, South Korea was like a colony of Japan. So it was a little Japan, and they knew that if they capture this little Japan, then they can build their own little thing there. Because Samsung was there, Daewoo, all of them, you know, these big companies that come from South Korea. So what the South Korean government did, they embarked on the biggest drive of collecting gold from its citizens. Actually now, it's even seen as one of the highest level of patriotism that has ever taken place in the history, where more than 4 million people plus on that drive within 2 months brought different gold that they have, whether it's a necklace, whether it's a ring, whatever gold they had in their household, they brought to government. Government took that gold and melted it into gold bars to start paying back the IMF. So the IMF got paid back through the gold from the public. That's how precious that metal became. It saved their country. Within 3 years, they paid off 58 billion. And that they could not accept. Even now, they could not believe. And that's the importance of these minerals that we have. So as a nation, we have gold currently. We have this now currently. Ideally, we're not in an ideal situation with the gold that we have. So that shows you the importance. I'm showing you, learners, the importance and the intervention that gold does in any economy. In fact, the big economies of the world, for the longest of time, their currency was backed by gold. They had gold-backed currency. I'm talking about Britain. They had gold-backed currencies for the longest of time. The US dollar was a gold-backed currency. The rand, it was a gold-backed currency until they moved out of that aspect of being gold-backed currency, then they used the US dollar. But the US dollar is still backed by gold-backed currency, by gold at the back. That's why they continue to collect these gold bars. That should their currency fall, they have gold to back it up so that it remains stable. So this is very important that you should understand that in mining and what it's not just precious stones that you take and you wear. It looks lovely. You glow. It represents different aspects of progress in your life, be it marriage, be it engagement, be it birthday, be it graduation, be it what. But it shows that these precious metals are actually critical in sustaining and keeping the economy up. And that's why this is very important for us here today with RAYMOND MHLABA, launching it and really getting our learners focused in this aspect of mining. Now let me just go back to my speech, because I have a speech writer. I paid him, so he'll be very upset if I don't read what he has given me. So otherwise I will not need him. But overall, what I'm saying to you, learners, is that what you should be learning and what you're going to learn here in RAYMOND MHLABA, it's holistic, end-to-end knowledge in mining. End-to-end, from the digging, the value chain, the beneficiation. Because at the center, actually, that of our country's problems is that we dig the gold and we take it out for refining outside countries. It comes back, we buy it at a higher price. So there's no sense of beneficiation. So So we want you to think at that aspect of how would you position the beneficiation aspect of it? Produce, refine, and sell outside. In fact, most countries are moving in that direction across Africa. Uganda, I know, is doing that. There's a recent discovery in Uganda of oil, and the president was clear. I know he's an old man, Museveni. He said, no, we have oil. We are not going to build a pipeline from here to the port so that you dig and you take our oil outside. You are going to refine it here. By the time it leaves the borders, it's an end product for utilization. And that's what we should do as a country. You know, that's how we should be thinking with regard to our own minerals. We have many. We are producing uranium. I might have mentioned uranium as well. Yes, we have uranium as well. There was a big uproar a couple of years ago with the president, or rather the former president, President Zuma, and the nuclear. And that thing could have solved our problems of load shedding. That thing was going to solve our problems of load shedding. In France, as an example, and the UK, and all these countries across the world, their base load of electricity is nuclear. Base load. Then the other one, the renewable that they are telling us about, the wind, the what, those things are 10%. But 80% of their base load is nuclear. Because nuclear is very stable. It's very stable. But back then, obviously, the pressure was too much on the president, and he left it. But he should have, had we done it then, by now load shedding would be done. By now we would not have load shedding. But load shedding is coming to an end, I can tell you. By January, the minister is committed. Or load shedding to be fading. No, it's a commitment from the minister. So with mining colleagues, it's called sustainable resource management. So mining being the foundation, it's the foundation of the modern world across, as much as it's the foundation of our country, because it does provide raw materials for the smartphones, cars we drive, buildings we inhabit. And it's quite important that we educate our young people in responsible mining practices so that we ensure that these resources are sustainable. There's a mineral that is produced in DRC, which they use to produce chips. Is it cobalt? Cobalt, correct. They produce chips. Those chips are produced in China. In China. Those are currently the country that has the technology to produce chips is in China. And if you have seen recently on the stock market, Samsung has predicted that its sales budgets are going to drop by 80%. It's going to drop by 80%, not because it doesn't have a customer base, but because it doesn't have the chips. The chips are in China, and China is saying, no, we don't want with our chips. We are using them first, we are needing them here. We can't give you the chips if we still need them in our country first. Let us finish what we have. very much. I love the discipline of Raymond MHLABA. Principal, you've got a good school here. You have a very, very good school. I'm so impressed. No, I'm really, really, really impressed. So let me just conclude, because load shedding is going to sabotage me. Because I usually take my time. But I was speaking about China and chips. And that shows you what we can do as a country. Now, if China can refuse with the chips, and these chips is what you use in your cars. BMW has also predicted a drop in sales. But it's not a drop in sales, it's a drop in production, because it doesn't have chips. Mercedes-Benz and all these cars, they use these chips. Your cell phone uses chips. Computer uses chips. Literally your whole life is centered around the chips that are produced in China. And they're using this mineral from the DRC. So if China can refuse with chips, there's no reason why DRC cannot refuse with their minerals. They can use it to bargain and say, no, we are refusing with our minerals. Go see fit what you want to do with them. You see, that's being industry leader. That if you want these chips to work for you, come and set up a plant here, produce these chips here, so that you can employ our locals, and then the DRC people can work. That's what we want in this, with this program. So there are different areas that mining focuses on: environmental responsibility, technological advancement, geological insight, global perspective, and resource stewardships. So basically, what we are doing here is that we will be producing future industry leaders here. The Patrice Motsepe, Chauke, the Patrice Motsepe, my learners, what do you call yourself? Parking? Yes. Patrice Motsepe, or Bridget Motsepe, let me say that. Because the sister is also involved in mining. President Cyril Ramaphosa himself is involved in mining. And many other people. And this is what we want to produce now. Because the future must replicate itself. It must replicate the current existence. It's called, in dialectic materialism, negation of negation. It's negation of negation. Yes, dialectic materialism. So the importance of mining in education cannot be overstated. It equips our youth with the tools and knowledge to shape more sustainable, prosperous, and responsible future. I therefore encourage all of you to explore the world of mining, and more importantly, ask questions. More importantly, ask questions. A young person must have a questioning mind. You must ask why things are done the way they are, and why should they continue to be done the way they are, and why should they remain the way they are. The triple whys in research. You know, the why is it so? Why is it so, then why? You must just continue those whys and whys until you get to the answer that you want to solve that particular problems. I encourage all of you to explore the world and be leaders who drive positive change in this vital industry. With that said, I would want to officially declare the RAYMOND MHLABA Math, Science and ICT School of Specialization with a focus on mining officially launched.
Thank you very much, MEC, for the address. Your address has been welcomed and blessed by this rain. It shows that it's well received in Tshepisong, at RAYMOND MHLABA, and by all of us in this particular gathering. I just want to remind you that this MEC is a MEC for not only for education but for youth. He has been given this big responsibility to head this big sector, a sector which comprises close to 3 million learners, a sector which comprises over 100,000 employees, a sector which is important to any society, given its importance of taking care of young people from pre-grade R up to grade 12. MEC, we thank you for the address, and we can acknowledge that as you are talking about gold standard and mining and beneficiation, I was thinking while I was sitting there to say, hey, Minister Mantashe is in trouble. Ogare, you are having a career to replace Minister Mantashe. But we appreciate it, MEC. Thank you very much. We are on this path to ensure that these schools of specialization, we launch them and we complete them before the current term, political term ends, MEC. We take that commitment, we will ensure that it is delivered. At this particular moment, I just want to call upon the SGB chairperson, Irene Molefe, to come and deliver a vote of thanks before we give you other directions into the next steps. Molefe, come forward, Marona. Other person is a lady, is a woman, the principal is a woman, therefore we're in good hands. Mothers.
Ngiyabonga mphathi wohlelo. Ngizonibingelela nonke enikhona la ngaphakathi namhlanje kulolu suku olukhulu kangaka. Ay namhlanje ngathi ngisemaphushweni kodwa ngibona izinto zenzeka ngempela. Ngizothi nje hey ngithunyiwe njoba ningibona ngila. Ngithunywe abaphathi bami iSGB yala ekhaya nomama umkiti nabo bonke abasebenza la ngaphakathi ibona abangithumile ukuthi ngizondlulisa kakhulu ukubonga ngizobabiza ngokulandelana. Ngibonga kakhulu ubaba umhlonishwa wethu ubaba uMEC uMatome Chiloane. Sithi baba siyabonga ukunyathela kwakho phakathi kwaleli khaya kulethe isibani esingummangaliso, isibani esizokhanya ezweni lonke. Wonke umuntu namhlanje uzoyazi iRaymond MHLABA edume ngemfundo. Ngicela simshayele ihlombe baba eMC. Ngize nge-HOD uMr. Rufus Mutlana. Ngicela aphakame naye lapha khona nje simshayele ihlombe. Siyabonga baba. Ngiphinde ngibonge iDDG uAdvocate Alison Benson. Sithi nakuye siyabonga kakhulu mama. Sikubonile umuva up and down. Ubona ukuthi zonke izinto zihamba ngohlelo. Siyabonga mama. Ngilandele ngo-chairperson of the portfolio committee uChilizi Mungayi. Ngicela naye lapha khona phamisa isandla. Akafikanga. Ngilandele ngobaba wethu iward councillor bamkhethile lo mfana bambonile ukuthi usesemncane uzogijima. Kodwa ke sithi ubaba ngicela phamisa isandla lapha khona. Siyabonga baba councillor. Sibonge nje all local structures Sibonge Chief Director Honorable Dennis Makwakwa maye khona sicela phakamisa izandla simbone asimshayeleni ihlombe noma engekho usebenzile ngize ku District Director Honorable Lihlokonolo Ramokhwase naye simshayele ihlombe sibonge sicela usiphakamisile isandla nimbonile ngicela siphakamise nanya siyabonga baba sibonile imisebenzi yakho ngizophakamisa indlovukazi yala ekhaya umama wesizwe umama uprincipal Angie Mugidi umama ongalali ngicela uphakame lapho mam Angie lana sinesikhokho sika mama lesikhokho singenza ngibe na 16 nami ngizizwe ukuthi hayi ngisesemncane siyabonga mam Angie imisebenzi yakho oyenzayo baningi abantwana umama Mgidi abaphuculile la abafunde la besuka kuyo le community abenze umehluko ekhaya kubo ene baze benza nomehluko ku community njengoba nibabonile othisha bekade bemile la abaphuma kuye uMgidi ngizolandela ngepartner yethu iSen Foundation ubaba uMark ngicela phamisa isandla nimbone siyabonga kakhulu baba wenzile umehluko la esikoleni ingane zethu manje ngathi zifunda ezikoleni lezi esiphambili sibonga kakhulu kuSen Foundation ziningi izinto ezenziwe la ekhaya abantwana bethu baqhubeka bafunda enginethemba ukuthi you will keep on doing the good job you are doing thank you ngize ngeHarmony Gold Mine angazi ukuthi ukhona waseHarmony Gold Mine yebo nanya lapha ephakamisa isandla nakuye ngithi siyabonga kakhulu imisebenzi yenu enisenzela yona ngize ngeMotivational solution nakuye ngiphinde ngithi siyabonga ngazi ukuthi ukhona yini sicela phamisa isandla naye asimshayeleni isandla noma engekho siyabonga kakhulu and then ngize kuma exhibition wethu sine Unisa angazi ukuthi ukhona lapha phakathi kwethu or balapha ya ematafuleni ngilandele ngeOld Mutual ngize ngefunza yesive ngize nesifiso editech ngithi nakuyo siyabonga nampa abanye illegal wise nayo ikhona iCXI Africa isibono iVNU Industrial Suppliers sithi nje kubo bonke labantu siyabonga kakhulu ngemsebenzi abasenzela yona ngibuye ngizophakamisa ukubonga kubazali babantwana bethu esihlala sibambisene nabo ngiphinde ngibonge kakhulu iSGB ozakwethu abahlala njalo besupportive la esikoleni ngithi siyabonga kubo ngibuye ngizokothisha abahlale bebambisene njalo noprincipal noma kunzima sithi siyabonga imisebenzi yenu siyayibonga ningakhathali niqhubeke ngokufundisa abantwana bethu ngibuye ngiyelapha komama ekitchen angeke ngibalibale ngoba phela abantwana bethu uma benganasi istamina esiswini angeke bakhona ukufunda ngizothi nje bomama siyabonga lapha ekitchen ukuphekela abantwana bethu ngiphinde ngibonge kakhulu abantu abagcina isikolo sethu siclean ama-GA ngithi siyabonga kakhulu ngaphandle kwenu nonke umsebenzi ngeke ube impumelelo abantwana bethu ngeke baphase so ngiyabonga ukubambisana kwethu sisonke ngithi phambili ngeRaymond phambili nibonile ke iSOS ifikile sesithathe inyathelo elithe xaxa ngicela ukubonga kakhulu nampa abaphathi bethu abanye lapha abahlala besigadile esinokuthi masibabiza basabele Nkosi yami ngiyaxolisa iSAPS siyabonga kakhulu imisebenzi enisenzela yona ngingakhohlwa ukubonga amapatrola ukuthi makukubi nabo bahlale bekhona bakithi ngoba bahlale bebheka ngoba bakhona labantu abawo nyawo olubi abathanda ukumosha into zabantu othola ngathi bafuna ukuthengisa la ngaphandle bathengise ama drugs bethengisela abantwana bethu kodwa ngama security sihlala siphephile ngizothi nje ngiyabonga kakhulu kukho konke ngiyabonga nalabo engazange ngibabize isikhathi esingekho kodwa nje siyabonga ukuthi bakhona bonke labo bantu nje ngihlale
Re a leboga mme Molefe for the job well done. We have acknowledged everybody and all of us feel acknowledged. We also want to thank you, Mme, for leading the governance of this school, because without governance, there's no school. We normally say a fish rots from the head. Therefore, if the school governing body of a school is in order, the school will be in order. We thank you, Mme Molefe. Thank you very much. Keep on leading the governors in this school in the right direction, and this school will perform. On top of what you have listed, Mme Molefe, we also want to thank our sign language presenters, Mme Palesa Lidimu, Mme Relebogile Monegi. We thank you very much. Without you, other people who are differently able would not have been able to understand what we are saying. Thank you very much, Mme Raulebogo. And I want to thank my co-program director, and as I thank him, I want to come to the stage. Come over, Mr. Chauke. I also want to call the principal of the school to the stage. She has never been to the stage, and it's a school. So we are calling her to a stage so that Lemon and Lily now principal Agema. As we also acknowledge Professor Ntobi, CEO of Saibono and CEO of Methogoniu, and their teams, they are here. Principal, we want to thank you for having led this school and having worked with DDG Allison and her team for making sure that this particular school is launched as a school of specialization. And from the office of the acting HOD, MEC, I'm handing over this book written by Janet Smith and Trump, Hani, A Life Too Short. This particular book will be an inspiration to the principal to get the spirit of Hani, the fighting spirit, the spirit of tenacity to ensure that school continues performing. Thank you very much. And I've got a young man here, Mr. Chauke. He's eloquent. His voice is a radio voice, but he's not going to become a DJ one day. He'll probably become one of the scientists you spoke about, and I'm giving him a book from the office of the acting HOD here, signed by myself, One and the Ugly Acting, written by Norman Peale, is the power of positive thinking. I want him to think positively and be one of the leaders of our country in the future. Thank you very much, Mr. Chauke. As the education department, we encourage reading, and we are like missionaries. Wherever we go, we spread good news about education and always talk about education. Therefore, these two leaders will ensure that this school is taken to another level. MEC, we owe you 100% in this school. Come NSC results. And I hope and believe that it shall be delivered. Thank you very much. I want to keep them on stage. They are not going away. As we do that, I've been reminded that before we go for a walkabout, all staff members of the school, the SGB members, the senior managers from head office, partners, you come on stage for a photo session or a photo shoot with the MEC, including the staff members. And immediately after that particular photo shoot, we'll be doing a walkabout for displays. We'll start with display 1 and 2 on robotics and math app. Will be led by the principal to the venue. And then after that, we'll come for the other displays in this particular room, given the fact, or this particular hall, given the fact that it's raining, but the principal and the staff members will be leading us accordingly. We normally say in Africa that we cannot come together, celebrate, talk, engage, and we don't eat together. So we're going to eat also. And the way we're going to eat, the catering plan is as follows. In Wendy Room 1, we are going to have the MEC and other guests like SGB and councillors and DDGs and district directors. They'll go to Wendy Room 1. Staff room will have all BMT members and all partners. They'll have their sumptuous meal in staff room. And other guests, there's a wide marquee there. They'll have their VIP meals there at the marquee. All the other guests, please feel free to go to the wide marquee for your meal. And having done that, I invite all the people who have been mentioned for a shorter shoot to come to the stage. And Ubaba Jabulani is saying, thank you very much for listening to him. We'll meet next time in the next launch. I remain the father of Jabulani. Thank you very much. Staff members, AGB, partners, and all donors, please come to the stage. You're part of the shoot, for the shoot.
One, two. One, two.
All the teachers, please join us. The program director, Mr. Chauke, also must join us. Where is he? Oh, go on. Okay. All the Miss Nicolai, Antoinette, You're also summoned to the stage. Antoinette? Lalita, Source Champions, please join us on stage. Come on stage. Thank you very much. Principal, we are in your hands now to lead us accordingly. Everyone should remain in this venue. Only MEC and a few dignitaries will go to the display.
say